what what can students seek to gain in learning about food sovereignty, or what when a tribe has like finally attained um, like some good levels of food sovereignty, um, what can they gain from that for students in learning all about where they came from? Because me living in Tohatchi, I know that all we had was the two convenience stores, but they mainly just sell like, junk food or canned food, and they didn't have like a lot of like options for fresh things, for example.
So a lot of what I envision and a lot of where my work is where I'm starting to create a foundation for myself in my current job as the San Juan County Extension Agent for Agriculture in the state of Utah is to, excuse me, um, is to make sure that in the process of growing food, planting that seed, we teach the spiritual side of the purpose of the life of our plants, of our food sources. We bring in the spiritual world. We nourish it like it's our children. We grow it, we take care of it, we give it water. We make sure it's in nutritious soil. We take care of the earth. And in return, Mother Nature, Mother Earth will take care of us. And so that's just one piece of the puzzle. The next piece is harvesting and traditional dishes, food preservation. There's a lot of great programs in our communities right now focusing on our national health crisis with diabetes and obesity, looking at malnutrition, malnourishment, and we have good programs in our medical systems that identify and are trying to bring back and preserve the culture. But where I've seen a gap is first we have to grow the food. First we have to connect with our land again to be able to understand the nutritional resource that we have and all the work that goes into being sustainable. There's no sustainable in our nation if we don't first and foremost know how to grow our food or manage the resources to clothe our people. So a lot of our elders, when they lived, it was a complete cycle of how they took care of the earth. They were always practicing and teaching to be in balance with everything that they put their hands on, where their feet walked, and in the animals that they cared for. Every time the wool was harvested from the sheep, that wool did not go to waste. We used it. Every part of the animal, when we butcher a sheep, we use every part of that animal. We respect and we are, we respect the life that we took so that way we can continue having life, And so in my mind, step to starting to provide an opportunity to look at a full circle and not just a piece of the circle. Whereas a lot of other programs that we have are great, but I want to be able to merge everything that everybody's done, all the hard work that everybody's done, and start it and say, this is the foundation to share and to build. And it's surprising to me that I actually started having a conversation a few nights ago with some colleagues, and they're trying to advocate and preserve our traditions, okay? And so they've asked me to be a part of that, which is great because this group of people has done so much for our people already in any way possible, whether they're educators, or they're in the medical field or, whatever it is that they do. They have already been a big piece to our cultural preservation. And we were looking at all of these areas that were wanting to be touched on. And it was interesting that they brought up to my attention that the work that I do touches on all of these areas. It's not just one piece, but I touch on everything to make sure that we continue to complete the circle and that we continue to find the balance in our pathways as we all walk together to learn from each other and preserve our heritage.
Exactly. Thank you for sharing.